Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Oh dear, a few seconds late. Apologies, people. We are here.
I was spot on time, I thought.
We are here. It is Monday morning. We are trying to work out which of the gazillion tasks coming our way we can actually do this week.
Very polite. I'm not doing that.
You're not doing that.
No, I'm writing an extremely rude letter to the Minister of Culture.
Obviously, that's part of it, but there are lots and lots of other things as usual because we're operating at lots of different levels. But it's a very important thing to do is to have our Elevenses and have our little bit of solidarity chat and tell you all what day it is, because I understand most of you have no idea unless I tell you.
A very oblique comment coming in from Julian over in Japan.
Where are the prawns?
Where are the prawns? That's a Soft Boys reference for those of you who don't know of that. Stevie Smith says she's off to swear loudly in the garden. Well, stick around for a cup of tea first, Stevie. And Chris is wondering. Chris is either wondering where the prawns are, or alternatively, he's off to swear loudly in the garden. Did I get a job lot on blue and white shirts?
No, yes. I washed and ironed them over the weekend. That's why he's got them on again.
Morning from the sunny North Coast, there's Sinead. Morning, Rob, Mark, right. Jason,
This
Jan.
is lovely, but we do actually have some guests actually joining us. Oh. And I think that we should introduce them because
we do. Very good.
We have first-time guests this morning. I know some of you will be like, oh, well, they're all return guests now. They're honestly not.
Andy says, it's my first time here and already you're writing rude letters.
Oh, there's lots of those, Andy. You know us. Anyway, enough of that. We would like
Our job at the Elevenses show, I feel, is to not only bring you people you immediately know and that you may already work with, but also to bring you people
new artists,
new to me. And we found somebody the other week and immediately got in touch with them and said, please come on the show. And they said yes. So here they are.
We would like to welcome Georgia and the Vintage Youth. Hello, Georgia and Charlie.
Hello, yes.
My name's
Georgia. His name is the Vintage Youth.
Do you know, we had this the other day. We had James and the Cold Gun on, and they were actually both called James, but of course we ended up calling them James and the Cold Gun to differentiate between them.
Oh, I see.
So yeah, Charlie, hello, the Vintage Youth, because that's going to be your allotted role, isn't it?
These are quite cool nicknames, aren't they? The Cold Gun, the Vintage Youth.
I know, I've never had a cool.
Could be worse.
Could be worse. That is a remarkable hat you've got on there.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I had to do something. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not a morning person, so I had to do something to maintain and keep the hair calm. So yeah.
Well, yes, because I have seen some pictures of you with non-calm hair. It is a bit of a trademark, isn't it, Georgia?
It is, yeah. But you need to kind of still try and tame it a little bit and put it in its place. But it wasn't having it this morning, so I had to stick the hat on today.
So tell us about you.
I'm 23. I'm a singer-songwriter from Essex, and that's about it, I think.
But tell us about your type of music, where you normally perform, what you've been doing recently.
So my music is, I like to say, retro pop. I like all the old genres of music, so I try and bring that into my style. And we just perform anywhere, really. Anywhere that invites us to play, we kind of go there. Come off the back of a tour last year. I was a support artist. That ended up at the Royal Albert Hall. I feel really pretentious name dropping that, but
no, you need to say that more proudly. I've played at the Royal Albert Hall. It's a really good one. Not the Royal Albert Hall.
No, not.
There was an article in the Guardian yesterday saying even the Royal Albert Hall thinks it might be in trouble.
Oh my gosh! Yeah,
pretty dramatic, wouldn't it? I mean, you would have. I mean, I would have thought that they were a little bit safer than the Horn in St Albans, but.
And then if you can't open your doors and do the thing that you do, how do you pay for stuff? What's that?
That's all right. And then I found you through the work of Talent Bank, which is our friend Ray, and they've got a very. I didn't really understand what it was. They've got a thing like Virtuo.
Oh yeah, the Virtuo. That's really cool.
It's an open music venue. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 3D. So you go onto Facebook and you watch, like, we'll send him a gig and you watch the gig, but you can kind of walk around and there's like
pan it around.
Yeah, pan it around. There's posters on the walls and there's a bar with like a little bartender behind it. It's really cool. Yeah, they've done really well on that.
Has it got its own web page, that Virtuo, or is it just through the talent bank page? Because we definitely should point people out.
It's got its own Facebook page, yeah. So if you search for the Virtuo, you'll find it.
Virtuo thing, right? Okay. Stevie Smith asked, "Who were you opening for at the Royal Albert Hall?"
A group called Calabro. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't know them.
I know the name.
Like an operatic kind of.
Yeah, okay, I know who that is now.
But they've got a hardcore following, and that was one of the nice things about doing the tour. It was a 50-day tour, which is intense, but the same faces would keep coming back to the shows. I kind of built up quite a good relationship with their hardcore fans. And some of them follow me now, and it's really nice, yeah. Because that was the thing, walking out to the Royal Albert Hall, it's a massive venue, and you can't see anything. It's just like burgundy blurs. And I thought I was going to walk out to silence, so I was a bit scared about that. But because I'd built up this relationship with the fans, they were all cheering as we come on. So that was a happy. Yeah.
But that's what we often talk about the thing of, a lot of people say to us, well, surely now, there's the internet and there's YouTube, and who needs the venues? And we say, well, you don't build fan bases in the same way if you don't actually go out and play for people and meet people, because those human interactions, of course, I'm not diminishing the fact that it's great to build and your relationship with your fans online as well, but you do actually need to meet people in real life, don't you?
Absolutely. I mean, it's not the same. We all miss gigging in really cool venues. But I think one of the positive things that come out of this is I wasn't really that active on social media beforehand. I just wanted to go and play a gig. So now it's kind of forced me to get on social media and do these live streams, which was a big fear of mine. I hated going live or anything. But it's making me do that, and so I think that's a positive that's come out of it.
Sam Hoover says, "I was at the Calabro gig at the Royal Albert Hall. Georgia was brilliant."
Thank you.
And Mark Stackdown in Brighton says, "The Burgundy Blurs is a great name for a band."
I think I've changed my name.
Well, so Charlotte Burgundy Blur instead of the
That's a good one. Yeah.
Georgia and the Vintage Youth is the better name than Georgia and the
Burgundy Blurs.
Okay, fair enough.
The Burgundy Blurs just sounds like a tribute band for Blur.
It does.
Yeah. Burgundy shirts, yeah.
And another Essex band, of course.
Yeah.
But talking of your music
And performing.
have you got a song for us?
We do. That's my single that I've just released. It's called Thick as Thieves.
Great. We're going to drop out and we're going to listen to you.
Okie dokie.
Thanks.
You do.
All right.
Let's go.
Do you want to play a song for them?
Yes.
Ready? 1, 2.
Where's the friend I once adored? You disappeared the second you go bored. I've seen that before. Now we can't bring ourselves to speak. Instead, you've been online and tried to make me feel weak. But my eyes are whiter, yeah. My skin is thicker. My thoughts are wiser. My reflexes quicker. I don't care if you ain't coming back, but please don't take away my man, 'cause I go right and you go yours. You're like a firework, but you displayed all your colors and now you're all come down. Now I compare the gin so steady, there reappears each night. Then you throw a fit if you're loose and it rolling up and smoke your life. hate me, but please don't take away my baby. I got mine, and you got yours. Weren't meant to be, I guess, 'cause there ain't nothing left if you remove the common interest. Once we were thick as thieves, then you got sick of me because I'm not the girl you thought I'd be. Woo! My eyes are whiter, my skin is thicker, my thoughts are wiser, my reflexes slicker. I don't care if you ain't coming back, but please don't take away my man, 'cause I got mine and you go. Thank you.
That, for this time in the morning, even more impressive.
Yeah,
Well, the comments came flying in there.
oh, cool.
Loving these guys. Greetings from Cornwall. Outstanding, amazing vocals, sounding fabulous, Georgia. Lovely singing as usual. This is absolutely lovely. I used to book a burlesque night, and this is exactly the sort of thing I'd book into it.
Oh yeah, people.
Like
I-
Southern thing.
I did. I used to sing at a burlesque club.
Okay.
Yeah, it was wicked. I loved it. Yeah.
Sharon says, good morning from Cheshire. My absolute favourite band, Georgia and the Vintage Youth. Most amazing music that makes lockdown a happier place.
Oh, that's cute.
Stevie Smith from the Americana Federation of Festival says, a really awesome way to open doors. Opening tours is such a great thing. Then Rhoda Dacker suggested that the Burgundy Blurs should perhaps be a West Ham tribute.
Charlie, the other thing we have to say is we've only had one other guest on Elevenses who could whistle live, and that was Ren Harview.
Yeah.
And she also does a whistling bit in one of her tunes, and it led into this most amazing discussion about artists that can whistle in tune and how few people there are that can do
Honestly,
it.
that was a pretty terrible whistle. I do apologise. I'm just like covering up for a saxophone or a guitar solo that's supposed to be there. Usually, it's much more vibrant. Yeah.
Well, it sounded pretty good in these circumstances, Charlie. So,
are you telling me you didn't think through this lockdown enough to bring a sax player into lockdown with you?
No, we don't plan that far ahead.
Outrageous! What were you doing? I got to ask about your setup as well. You appear to be on stairs.
but that's a really good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, is that just a layout thing, or is that acoustics? Is that
A bit of both. I think we do a live stream on a Friday.
Every Friday.
Every Friday, yeah, and we never really knew where to set it up, and this just kind of it just looks quite.
It does, yeah. That layout looks
It
really
works
good.
really well because we've had a few duos on, and the challenge is always that it looks really good when you go to the full screen to play. But then whenever we're doing the chatting bit, we keep saying, huddle, get closer, get us closer. Whereas you guys have really got that down already.
It gives you
Yeah.
elevation and
Like
depth.
that.
I mean, the acoustics are good here, but I was saying to Charlie, what I like about the way that we do it is because we're so. I mean, I like to get close to the camera so I can read the comments that come through with our live stream. But I think being this close to people, I think it just helps you connect a bit more. Because I see a few live streams where people are really far away and you just kind of lose that intimacy. I don't know.
I think I told you the other morning we were live from Frank Turner's bedroom.
Mm.
Before he went on, I spotted that he wasn't wearing any trousers, so he could probably stay seated.
I mean, I am wearing my slippers, but you can't see that.
So somebody's written, Rhoda's written, Roger Whittaker is the all-time champion whistler. But also, she's offering. She says, "I play sax, so if you're looking for somebody to pop round and play sax,
no one cooler than Rhoda Dacker.
Nobody cooler than Rhoda Dacker. That's for certain."
And if you don't have coronavirus, then yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, well, do you have testing measures? Would they have to be tested before they could come round?
I think so. Yeah, just to be safe.
Do you know what? If I was in London, I'd invite Rhoda around anyway.
Yeah, even if she stands in your garden, it'd be quite good. She's Rhoda.
Yeah.
Right, so I should say we've looked you up on Facebook. Have you got a second song for us? And what we're going to do is while you're doing the second song, I'm going to scroll a link to Facebook across the bottom of the screen. Unless you've got any other link you'd like us to connect.
There's
to.
also a website. Which is better for people who want to tune into your streams? Is it the Facebook? Is it the website? Or is there something else?
Facebook and Instagram. That's where we go live. Yeah.
And the Instagram is
Georgia Vintage Youth.
Georgia Vintage, all put together, yeah? Okay. Yeah. So, well, if you've got a second song for us, what we'll do is we'll grab that Facebook link and put it up in the thread below so that people can see it.
Oh, thank you. Nice one.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So this is a cheeky little cover. This is a song by a band called the Last Shadow Puppets. And yeah.
From Sheffield.
Yeah,
so this is where we kind of change up.
Okay, let's go.
Whether she's straight, he doesn't like it being this way,
and she tried so hard to steer away from the meeting place, but his love has left him there.
Straight to his consciousness wherever he lay, struggles to sleep at night and during the day.
He's worried she's waiting in his dreams, drag him back to the meeting place, but his love had left him there, where her voice still echoes.
Sorry I met you, darling.
Sorry I met you as she turned tonight.
All he had was a word. Sorry I met you, darling. Sorry I left you. For each day you rolled around, playing the fool. She knew the time would be cruel,
because it is cruel to everyone. He's crying out from the meeting place. He's stranded himself there, where a voice still echoes.
Sorry I met you, darling. Sorry I left you where she turned into the night. All he had was the word. Sorry I met you, darling. Sorry I left you. Sorry I met you, darling. Sorry I left you.
That was excellent.
Got to tell you, there's so much love for what you're doing coming on the stream now. People saying, loving this. Thanks for another great discovery.
But importantly, the number one message of the morning is, I'm Charlie's nan. And I told him when he started whistling at 5 that he would become famous for his whistle.
Which is wonderful.
That's quite made my morning, that.
So, hi, Charlie's nan. Really nice to have you join us this morning.
Well, listen, thank you so much for dropping in.
Thank you for having us.
Been really, really excellent. I mean, we keep saying, but every time we just keep finding more and more brilliant artists that we didn't know before out there, and this is obviously one of those. The reaction on the comments on the side is amazing.
Oh wow!
Always,
Thank you so much.
really blown
I
away.
got out of bed, and she might speak to me this morning. So. we might be able to get something done today.
I'd still be in bed by now. But yeah.
Now, I did see you do have some forthcoming gigs that may or may not happen but one of the big ones you've got coming up, you have got a jazz cafe booking for London in the diary.
Yeah, that's in October. I'm hoping that still goes ahead because that's like one of my dream venues.
I could imagine that would be a key one to play.
Yeah, so we'll see. Hopefully, if it doesn't happen, then hopefully we'll be able to reschedule it. But yeah, fingers crossed we get to do that. But also, thank you to you for the your charity. We recorded a song a little while ago.
We saw that, yeah.
Yeah, well, you got in before we actually launched Save Our Venues, so that was really lovely. And do you know, artists like you, it's one of the reasons that we developed Save Our Venues, because we're having lots of artists coming towards us saying we want to do something to help. And so we then put together the Save Our Venues thing as a way of giving a sort of a template and a working pattern for people who hadn't already thought of something to do. But your single was already out there, linked to our Just Giving page, wasn't it? So we're really grateful for that. And it's lovely when people come to us with ideas as well.
Yeah. But no, it's an amazing charity.
I'm going to go back and carry on shouting at the government.
And I've got a team meeting about what it is we can actually try and do this week.
Yeah.
So...
But our new way of signing off these is, listen, we hope we don't ever see you like this again. But
that's
but only because we'd prefer to see you in the jazz cafe in October. But if this does go on for a little while, we'd love to have you back on. So please stay in touch and hopefully, you know, if this carries on a little bit, we'll see you back here if we can't see you somewhere else.
Yeah, we'd love to. We'd love to.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for coming in.
Really nice to meet you, Charlie and Georgia. Thank you.
See ya.
Welcome, Bev.
Bye.
There you go.
It's lovely meeting new people.
Oh, and also I think it just really, I mean, that's such a two positive upbeat numbers for us Monday morning, wasn't it?
Yeah,
So
it's really lovely. And as we said before, I mean, obviously a lot of the people we invite on are old friends, but we are also really open to suggestions of artists who we should be sharing within our community at this time.
Yeah, come on.
So if you've got a great idea, let us know.
I'll be watching this run a music venue. You should know who we should have on. I mean, it's really easy.
Yes, but not everybody can do what Georgia and
that's
Charlie
true.
just did. And of course, that's very frustrating for those artists who can't portray what they do in such a positive way from their homes.
That's very true.
So,
okay, well, look, we better go back.
work to do.
Yeah.
We will be back tomorrow, which will be
I hope you're all
Tuesday.
staying alert.
We'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.
See ya.